the next
Jiun?
move for the Bar Council? Will you all be filing an application to the High Court for judicial review of the police actions?
These are things that the Bar Council need to discuss. Of course, the first thing we intend to do is actually to engage the police. Of course, we've been highly critical in this press conference. To be fair to the IGP, he doesn't shut the door on engagement. We hope to have a meaningful engagement with him. I was in communication with Dato' Kuchinwa, and I said to Dato' Kuchinwa that, we need to sit down and talk about what happened on Saturday. So he said he has no issue with that. So we want to engage the police to show to the police this is what our members of the bar, as monitors, saw and felt on that day. The options we are considering, of course, is A, engagement with the police and the executive. B, we need to talk to our members whether or not we can gather sufficient number of members of the bar to volunteer to interview all these victims of human rights violation by the police, and then to pursue a Suhakam inquiry, and then quite probably civil suits. So these are things I need to go back to my members and say, members, are you all prepared to volunteer your time to do this? And I think thirdly, we hope Suhakam, like Bersih 2.0, could have another round of inquiry. But this time around it has a bit more comprehensive in terms of interview of witnesses and so on. And at the end of the day, I come back to the same place I started. These are all lessons learned in the past. Will the government learn from it and then act on it?
Will the bar be opening its doors to help anyone seeking to file a civil suit against the government?
I need to go back to my members to get volunteers on that, Yi-Liang. So give me a bit of time. Once the members agree, as a volunteer, this is over and above ordinary victims approaching a lawyer and so on. But doing this on a group basis, that's something I need to get members on board.
So how soon can we see a test case?
Yi-Liang, I can't answer that at the moment until something comes up.
Any target date for getting
As soon as possible, Yi-Liang. We will try to do this as soon as possible.
But there were some counter allegations as well that members of the crowd at the barricade were throwing water bottles at the police and taunting the police.
If you read our interim report, yes, our monitors did see some some incidents of the participants throwing empty plastic bottles or bottles of water at various locations. But in terms of timing, we're not sure whether it's reactionary or they were just doing it. That's something, these are things that require impartial and independent investigation.
Does the Bar Council feel that the actions of the police on that day, in terms of attacking the media, attacking protesters, was an act of police officers on the ground on their own, or do you feel that it should be investigated further as to whether these were
Yes.
orders or orders coming from higher?
It has to be investigated. You see, what came out in Suhakam inquiry, well, some officers, this on Bersih 2.0, I'm just telling you what happened in terms of Bersih 2.0 as revealed by Suhakam inquiry. Some of the officers say, oh, I was instructed by my upper chain of command to do this. And then when the upper chain of command officer came to testify, no, I never gave this instruction, somebody else gave the instruction. So that's why that chain of command and the instruction down the line is very important. And these are things, Yi-Liang, we wouldn't know until we investigate. And again, it comes back to this whole standard operating procedure of the police. What is their guidelines on discharge of firearms? What is their guideline on the use of non-lethal force?
MalaysiaKini.com.
Malaysia Kini.
For the Malaysia Kini.